You talked of digital agriculture. Digitization is coming into agriculture in a big way. And for a fragmented landholding country like India, I can see digitization is going to be a great benefit to small and marginal farmers. Help us understand what digitization can do and where are the opportunities in that space.
Digitization is a word being used for a range of things now. Starting from artificial intelligence to sort of developing apps to be used, and I'm not sure, but the whole range of things over here. And each of these has a role to play. And I'd just like to say something about the AI, because I'm sure young people are interested in AI in agriculture. That one of the features of the Green Revolution was that new varieties of rice and wheat were developed, which were dwarf or semi-dwarf, so shorter than earlier, and shorter duration, so less time for cultivation and more yield and less stock. Today AI is being used to go through the germplasm collections in the world. For example, the rice collection, which is held at the International Rice Research Institute in the Philippines, and I happen to be a board member there now, to look for traits. To look for traits in wild rices and the whole huge variety of rices from all over the world, such as traits for better nutrition, traits to bring about low glycemic index for diabetes. So there's a huge lot of work that can be done, which is, of course, at the first level, at a scientific level, before we're thinking of a product or an output that is reaching the farmer, but can really speed up and give us new ideas on what kind of crops to develop, how to make them more nutritious, how to make them, say, less using of water, because we know water scarcities are going to go up, and how to grow more in the context of climate change with less resources. So you have many challenges which are coming at you, and these can be used. At a more practical level, and coming to something which is being done a lot, particularly by young people and groups and startups, is things like digital phone apps. So in the cities, we have a lot of apps, but what are the apps for agriculture? So about 10 years ago, the MS Swaminathan Research Foundation, based here in Chennai, in collaboration with partners, developed an app called Fisher Friend app. And this was one of the big partners they collaborated was with Indian Meteorological Department and INCOIS, the Indian National Center for Oceanographic Information. And the idea was to give real-time information on wave depth, on these sea, various features of sea, and the temperature and climate to the fisher folk when they were out on the sea. And this could actually have two roles. One, it could prevent accidents, and in fact, the case of tsunami, those who were using this app got a warning, the Indian Ocean tsunami, but also tell them where to go safely, where at the depth at which the fish can be found, and actually increase the output and the productivity of that fisher person. Now, the way this app was developed, very interestingly, in those days, the first thing that was done was voice messaging. Because again, when you're out in the sea, you can't be reading the text. You've got to be looking all about you. So it was voice messaging. It was also graphics on wavelength and so on, because some of the people may not have been very literate. So I think this is something that has saved lives, improved incomes, and been involved, giving the real-time information. I think today with remote sensing and so many other satellite information and weather change, as I mentioned, climate change is such a big problem which is affecting all of us in agriculture, first of all, because it's out there in the open. Even a house could be flooded, a factory could be flooded, but the field is flooded first. So I think getting and using real-time information, modeling it, putting it into a form that can be absorbed by and sending messages out, perhaps even graphically or voice messages to the people on the ground. So we will always have this gap. We need scientists and technologists, but we need, I think what startups I see are doing are also seeing how that can be marketed to the last person, So to me, that seems to be something that startups do, which is take something which is small scale, which has high-end technology, but make it very simple and usable for the final consumer. In this case, it could be the fisher person or the farmer or the woman farmer. So I think there's very, very exciting possibilities, because on the one hand, the kind of information that you're getting in the world, that you're getting from satellite data, this information is increasing day by day. India has a regular plan of satellites being released. So the kind of information, the quantity, the intensity is increasing. And this information can then be used in a way that would actually help somebody who's on the ground, who is farming.
The world of AI draws heavily from data that's already available. As you said, there's data from outside the farmer's own footprint, satellites, maybe some telecommunication data.